The physical geography of the Himalayas is rewriting itself in real time. Decades of cartography and established trail maps are becoming dangerous fictions as the permafrost holding these high-altitude routes together melts at a rate we haven't seen in recorded history. For generations, guides relied on the predictable trekking windows of May to June and September to October, but those stable periods are collapsing. Erratic, extended monsoon cycles now routinely dump heavy moisture far outside their historical bounds. This volatility translates into unseasonal, massive snowfalls and sudden route washouts. What used to be a stable alpine meadow can turn into miles of exposed rocky moraine practically overnight, leaving groups stranded without a clear path forward. Treating these mountains as a predictable, off-the-shelf vacation is a fatal miscalculation. A simple, low-altitude hike can instantly become a technical survival situation when the weather breaks and the trail dissolves beneath your boots. At the exact moment the environment is destabilizing, human traffic is peaking. The boom in commercial adventure tourism is pushing thousands of inexperienced trekkers onto these increasingly fragile routes, and they are leaving an undeniable footprint. Current audits reveal like 80% of all waste found in the Himalayas stems entirely from single-use food and beverage packaging hauled up by tourists. Overcrowded, unregulated campsites concentrate human impact into incredibly small areas. This heavy foot traffic destroys the delicate alpine vegetation, rapidly accelerating soil erosion on slopes that are already compromised by climate shifts. Human negligence acts as a direct accelerant. We are creating a compounded crisis, layering physical wear and tear on top of ecological instability, a burden these mountains simply cannot absorb. In response to this compounding crisis, national governing bodies like the Adventure Tour Operators Association of India and the Adventure Sports and Rock Climbing Association are enforcing a national recalibration of mountain safety standards. The framework relies on 3 rigid pillars of risk management: guidelines, guides, and gear. Under the guides pillar, standards require a shift away from casual trail navigators. Operations must be led by instructors within a strict L1 to L5 hierarchy to ensure clear accountability. These instructors are required to hold valid wilderness first aid certifications, and they are restricted by strict guide-to-participant ratios, dropping as low as 1 guide for every 6 trekkers in demanding terrain. The guidelines pillar dictates that operators must abandon rigid itineraries. They have to embrace fluid scheduling dictated by the weather and maintain site-specific emergency response plans managed from a well-equipped ACE camp. By enforcing these stringent adaptive protocols, these associations engineer a layer of predictability and control back into an inherently uncontrollable landscape. That brings us to the gear pillar. As snowlines retreat and trails wash away, what used to be a simple hike frequently forces groups to navigate steep, technical vertical rock. Because of this, operators are now under a strict mandate requiring all load-bearing hardware, like dynamic ropes, harnesses, and carabiners, to carry UIAA or CE certifications, ensuring failure margins under high stress. In isolated zones, relying on cell phones is a liability. Groups must now carry portable hyperbaric gamo bags to treat altitude sickness and maintain constant, reliable communication using VHF radios. This extends to the active daily management of medical supplies. Expedition leaders are required to precisely monitor their portable oxygen reserves, knowing exactly how much time they have to initiate a rescue. In this volatile environment, technical gear is the absolute baseline requirement needed to prevent mass casualties when the weather suddenly turns against the group. Surviving the modern Himalayas requires a shift in mindset. It requires rescuing the terrain itself, not just the people standing on it. Accredited operators now enforce the 7 principles of leave no trace as mandatory, auditable operational protocols. This means executing an uncompromising carry-in, carry-out waste strategy and utilizing deep pit eco-toilets. This prevents human waste and synthetic chemicals from degrading the fragile permafrost and local water sources. Operators are tactically capping group sizes and restricting any deviation from marked trails. Keeping a tight, single-file formation is critical to prevent irreversible soil erosion on slopes that are already compromised. Minimizing our ecological footprint is a direct, calculated strategy for maximizing our chances of coming home. We have to protect the physical integrity of the mountain so that the terrain doesn't kill us. Anyone venturing into high altitudes must adopt this climate-first approach. It requires choosing accredited operators who prioritize rigorous safety checks and sustainability metrics over sheer volume. The mountains will only survive if we change how we explore them.